Hey guys, what is going on? It is Spherical here, and we are back with Psycho Pass Season 2, Episode number 2. Last time on, we met some new characters. We met the new investigator. Well, in depth, we met the new investigator, Mika Shimotsuki. She's not necessarily new. I guess she's been with the Bureau for, I think she said, a year and a half, but she's just been transferred over to here. We also met Togane and the other new enforcer, who I didn't write the name down. They look cool. Of course, Gino and Kunizuka are the other two enforcers still. Kogami we have not seen at all yet. We don't know if he'll be an important factor or not moving forward. Akane is doing her duty to save as many people as she can. And that's kind of where we're at. I mean, last episode was super badass for Akane. And just, you know, I don't know. I loved it. But yeah, I don't know what direction we're going to head this episode. I think my biggest question, though, is what is Kogami up to? Is he going to come back? Is he going to just chill on his own? What's he going to do? But with that out of the way, I guess I'm ready to get into the episode. So as always, link is at the top of the description. It'll take you to Vimeo. You can watch the reaction highlight there and then head back here afterwards for the post-episode discussion. With that out of the way, let's get into the episode. Alright, that was episode number 2 of Psycho Pass Season 2. And this season so far looks to be very exciting. I think this season in particular seems to be more, well, I guess it feels very similar to the way the first half of this, or of season 1 was. Cause I feel like, you know, the first half was more or less like a typical crime thing, and then it started to build more and more into this grand thing about Makishima wanting to save all people from the Sibyl system, or save all people, I guess, free everybody from the Sibyl system, and it kind of became that big grand thing, and I kind of moved away from just the typical crime stuff. I feel like this season we're going straight back to that, and a lot's going on. So we have a person who's not able to be scanned at all, which is not good. It's basically invisible when it comes to the Sibyl system, and it seems to be Kamui. Now, there may be more than one person, keep in mind. It might not just be him, but he was there when that enforcer was shot last episode. He was the one who kind of instigated that. We know that he was there, even though they didn't scan anybody else in the area. And then here as well. Well, I guess that's the first time. The second hint of something like that happening was when the bomb dude apparently got his hue cleaned while he was still in custody. Now that might just be him hallucinating or some crazy shit, unless it was the therapist or something. But the therapist did not look like Kamui, did he? Maybe he was him, but I don't know, I feel like he looked a little different, like his face looked a little bit more older and stuff. I could be wrong on that. The next instance of something like that happening was when somebody actually made it into Akane's room and wrote down the letters WC. And then the fourth time is when Bomb Dude escaped, and he had a path cleared for him that's, you know, if somebody had unlocked that door, they would have known, they would have scanned it, but again, this person who unlocked the door clearly couldn't be scanned. He was a ghost. So lots of examples so far. Is it all Kamui? Is it just him? Or is he able to allow other people to do this as well? And going back to what he said at the end of the episode is very interesting. He said something along the lines of he could have still been saved or something like that. And he felt like Akane would understand. Let me go back to that. Wait, let me just switch this. So yeah, they shot him. I'm glad that they shot the bomber dude. Like, he needed to die. And so yeah, Akane, we've learned the meaning of the message, what color. I don't really get like what that's supposed to mean though. Like what significance that has on anything other than the fact that this guy is obsessed with what his color would be. Like what else does that mean? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But this guy said, you know, he could have been made clear again. He could have been saved. And that Akane would have been the one to understand. So what, like, if that's the case, why is he committing crime? Like, this Kamui guy, if that is his name and that's who this is, I'm not sure what his motive is, because he's clearly a criminal. He's killed somebody already, or he forced an inspector to shoot an enforcer in a way. And he's influenced this bomber guy to commit. Well, maybe he hasn't influenced him to do anything. Maybe he is just trying to save him. I don't know. I don't know what exactly is going on here with this guy, but it seems very interesting. He does not seem to be like Makishima at all. Makishima did not give two shits about the people he worked with or used. He would use them up and then throw them out like they were nothing on his mission to, see out his goal, which is one of the things that was so badass about his character. This guy genuinely cared about this dude, and I don't know what that means. Is that all he wants, is to save people who have clouded psycho or hues? But if that's the case, then what is he doing to try and save these people? You know what I mean? Like what is going on? Togane so far seems like a super mega badass. He literally is the new Kogami, in my opinion. Like, he doesn't let his emotions cloud his actions, but he seems to have a strong, intuition or instinct. Like he just knows that Akane is right, that there's a ghost out there. He just feels it. And it's really weird because, like, when you look at his character so far from what we've seen, he doesn't look like the type of character that would, like, believe in just based off of, like, instinct or intuition. We wouldn't just believe these things. Like, he seems like a type of person who would go very by the book, go off the facts, what we have so far. And at this point, there's no evidence to prove that there's anybody else out there. There are a lot of things that don't add up, of course, but there's no evidence to prove anything. But he fully believes in what Akane is saying. I love him so far. I really like his character. Beyond that, we also learned the name of the other enforcer, the other new enforcer, Hinakawa, who used to be a hologram designer. And yeah, he seems cool. That's about all there is to that. He seemed very smart and very good with, intelligence-based stuff. So we'll see how that all plays out with him, what else he can do. So the hologram of the girl who was kind of meant to be a decoy for the bomber, she was identified as an 8-year-old girl who died 15 years ago on a plane crash. And the hologram was like a modern day depiction of what she would have looked like had she still been alive. Why? Why specifically her? Why you could have just made a hologram of anything. But it was this girl. Like, is that important? Or maybe they just like to go the extra mile? Like again, I don't know. It just seems so specific of a thing to do. To find some dead person and remake them as a hologram 15 years down the road. But not just the them from before, the them from the present, if they would have still been alive. It just seems fishy. On a side note, I don't know how Akane can still sleep in her apartment now, knowing that there's, somebody has free access into her room. Not necessarily just hers. He can really go anywhere. But, like, I don't know, unless he somehow was able to write that. Well, another question that I'm kind of hung up on now. If Kamui, right now, I'm just basing everything on the fact that Kamui, if that is this guy's name, seems to be the only person who has this ability where he just is invisible to the system completely. He just doesn't exist. So by that, I will assume that he's the one writing these messages. If he is the one writing these messages, then why? Why is he the one writing what color? Is it... I don't know. Oh, I'm thinking, like, maybe what if he has, like, a subordinate who's also seems to be kind of invisible, and they're writing what color, because they're kind of, you know, hung up on it, like this bomber guy was. He was completely hung up on this, what's my color, what's my color, what's my color? I wonder if maybe the person writing these messages... Well, no, I don't know, because the message was written at the place where Kamui was. Like, that was him that wrote that message under the bridge. Maybe it's a way of, I don't know, of trying to, like, engrave it into people's brains. Like, they start seeing this what color everywhere, and they're like, what color, what, I don't... But no, because they shouldn't know what WC means. The only reason why we know what it means is because this guy said what color. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I really like this so far. This feels like a really good, like, thought out crime case that I have no fucking clue what's happening, and I want to know. I want answers now. I know there's a lot of things that don't add up, and I want them to add up. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. But anyways, I think I'm going to leave you guys off here. So as always, if you guys want early access and or the full-length versions of these reactions, you can click that link down in the description. It'll take you to patreon.com/sphericalfilms, and you can check that out there. But with that out of the way, I do thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all on Tuesday with episode... Wait, no. Today's Wait, no. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys all on on Friday with episode number 3 of season 2. Until then, peace out.